Yo, what is up, Sexy Beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and Takeos Memories were just released today, and that sounded kind of weird out of context. Treyarch released a video called Takeos Memories, and that's just what we're going to be going over today, so let's go ahead and get this shit started. So there was mainly 3 things that I found really interesting in this video, and we're just going to be going over them each one by one. So first, start off with Takeo's monologue. So Takeo goes on this very interesting monologue about time. He starts off with saying, "Time is a cruel mistress. It can rob you of moments, experiences, and people, and take them away in an instant." Which is true. As you go through life, you're going to lose a lot of things, and that, I guess, kind of is because of time. As time progresses, you're going to lose people, moments, and experiences just by going through life. And this is more of a philosophy talk because really, time isn't the way we think it is. Like, if you go light speed, time actually goes slower, and gravity also affects time. Like, I think the more gravity there is, the slower time goes. So time that we experience now is actually different from the time that we would experience, like, if we were in space or something like that. But that's science, and we're talking more philosophy over here with Takeo. And he also goes on to say all those moments, experiences, and people are going to be gone forever unless they live on in your heart, mind, and memories. See what they did there? Memories. Which is true. As long as you cherish those memories, experiences, and people you've met in your life, they'll really never be gone from you. So Takeo was like really getting deep and hitting you right in the feels in this video. Then he goes on to say time is a good teacher. You can learn and grow from it, and you can understand the truths from time's wake. And then only through that can you truly understand yourself. So basically what he was saying right there is, we can learn from the past. If you've ever heard the old saying, those who do not understand the past are doomed to repeat it, that's kind of what Takeo is saying right there is, we can learn from the past so that way we don't repeat the same mistakes. And I think that kind of correlates with the images that were shown behind Takeo and like frame by frame images at the beginning of the Memories trailer thingy video, whatever this is called. And while Takeo is doing the monologue, you actually see a cherry blossom tree appear in the background, which is very, very significant in Japanese culture. It actually represents like life, the beauty of life, and how fragile it is because life is beautiful, and yet it can be taken away in an instant, and it's really, really short. Life is short, but yet it's beautiful. So that's why they have like the cherry blossom tree in the background, because that represents life itself. And that kind of correlates to Takeo's whole thing about time. So we get a lot of interesting images behind Takeo. A lot of them are just kind of background images like from Zetsubo Nishima. But then we get some very interesting ones. So this one right here, we can see Dempsey and he's on top of Nikolai, punching Nikolai. Looks like those are zombies in the background. I don't think those are actually Takeo and Richtofen. Looks like those things are zombies because looks like there's 3 or 4 of them actually. And in this one, we see some mysterious woman checking out Takeo from behind. Looks like she has the hots for Takeo. No idea who this mysterious woman could be. Could be someone from Takeo's previous experiences. It could be someone he has no idea. Or it could be someone from Takeo 1.0's experiences. We have no idea who this is. It could be Sophia for all we know. Fuck it, who knows? Treyarch is very mysterious when it comes to these videos. And in this one, you can actually see Takeo, and he's using his katana against Richtofen, and this looks like the teleporter from the Giant. So maybe this is actually from when Richtofen was about to kill himself. Takeo was like, nuh-uh-uh, and actually killed Richtofen instead. And in this one, it looks like Richtofen is on fire, and it looks like that's Nikolai to the right, because he's got that little wire thing coming down. So it looks like Nikolai maybe set Richtofen on fire. And in this one, you can see Takeo taking up his katana against Richtofen and Dempsey, and this one looks like it's in Der Eisendrache. I believe it's where Mule Kick is. And in this one, you can see Dempsey holding up his gun against Nikolai, it looks like, or it could be somebody else out of frame, because it doesn't really look like Dempsey's pointing it at Nikolai. It looks like Dempsey and Nikolai are kind of on the same side. And in this one, you can see Richtofen, and it looks like he's kind of squatting over Takeo's dead body, giving him a little teabag. And it kind of took me a minute to think about what do all these mean, and how does Takeo's monologue about time sort of correlate with all these. And then I remembered back to the Giants' radios, where Dempsey's like, hey, other me, mission with Fubar, and starts talking about keep an eye on the dock, I don't trust him. And then there's also that radio with Nikolai, where he's like, hey, other Nikolai. And then I started to think, maybe from Takeo's monologue, all these things in the background are what happened to different versions of themselves, and they're actually learning from those versions. How Takeo said time can be a good teacher, but it can also be a cruel mistress. Time killed all his other characters. All his other characters made mistakes, and they actually died. But this Takeo is actually learning from those other mistakes. He's actually learning from all the mistakes that the other versions of them actually made. So in some versions of them, Takeo died. In some versions, he lived and killed Richtofen. Sometimes Dempsey killed Nikolai. Many things have happened, and they're trying to learn from those guys' mistakes so that way they don't repeat that. They don't make the same mistakes, so they can continue on their righteous path of righteousness and actually accomplish their goals. So that's what I think those pictures mean, is that that's the past of different versions of themselves, and Takeo is trying to learn from those mistakes. And I think these are actually memories of his because since they've been going through universe to universe, the universes have been starting to bleed together, and they've been starting to get memories of their other selves. So maybe these are actually memories that Takeo has of previous versions of himself that have failed. that have either been killed or killed somebody else. So Takeo has these memories and is trying to learn from them so that way he doesn't make the same mistakes. So that's what I think this video is about, Takeo trying to learn from the other's mistakes so that way he doesn't make the same one. Now the last part that I found very, very interesting is it is 2016 and for some reason we can't get a good eye closing animation. What the fuck is this bullshit? What is this? This is 2016 and we cannot have somebody close their eyes and it looks somewhat decent. Takeo looks straight retarded. Like, I honestly feel like they didn't even try with this animation. Like, oh my god, it looks so bad. I don't know, that's just me though. But that's what I think about the Takeos memory video. So I'm very curious to know, what do you guys think? So if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.